Okay, let's see how much this works here. Hi. How's everybody doing? Good. Good. I should go put the lights on, shouldn't I? Yeah, my posture is really bad from eating so much. Even though I'm all alone, I have a place that I call home. But it isn't quite the same without you, without you. You told me time and time again that you wanted to be my friend, but I couldn't stand the thought of losing you again, and I don't know how to let go. I'm taking this very slow, and I don't think I will ever be the same again. When I look into your eyes, I see that this may be the end. And I thought for many years that things would finally come to a change. But I see when you put your arms around me, nothing is the same. I don't know how to let go. I'm taking this very slow. And I don't think I will ever be the same again. When I look into your eyes, I see that this is yet the end. And I didn't know the time would pass and you would have to go. I don't know how to let you go. That's the other song. Okay. So as a comedian, hi, Judy Ann, and I don't tell my age, okay? Right, that's a secret. I am a comedian with a couple of other talents, but comedy has been, I'd say, like my saving grace, especially when I would tell jokes about my husband, things that were the closest to me. Like my husband, he told me his fantasy. Yeah, he wants to be with two women. I'm not one of them. And when I met my husband, I thought, perfect match, opposites attract. He's cold-blooded. I'm Italian and I'm hot-blooded. And it turned me on. He's cold-blooded, stoic, and I love that about him then. Now, I could rip his heart out. Give you a great example. He takes me to this evening out in a romantic park for couples. And we're just about to enter this lover's lane. It has the heart-shaped lights. And I am having a meltdown because he's walking a few feet away from me. I'm like, what are you doing over there? It's lover's lane. You're supposed to be holding me. Now I'm screaming. I'm like, put your arm around me. Show people you have affection for me. And I don't know why I bother. Because every time he puts his arm around me, you know what it feels like? It feels like a cop moving me along from a crime scene. Let's move it along. Let's disperse. Is this affectionate enough? Yeah, if you're a penguin. Penguin on ice. So comedy has always been a way for me to protect myself. And I could really shake things off when life got you down a little bit or you felt like, you were alone in the world. And so I always gravitated to comedy. And then I got into musical theater because I was a dancer. I wasn't a singer. I wasn't much of a singer. I had a very deep voice as a kid, but I did take musical theater, and they taught me some vocal lessons, so I learned how to support my diaphragm and project, and got my voice a few octaves higher. But I was always a chorus singer, but I could hold a note. And I realized how music had a different effect on me. Like when people would say to me, let it go, move on. And I used to hate that because sometimes in life, things happen. People change, people die. You just can't let go. You just cannot move on. So music had a way of really calming me down. I couldn't shake it off with a joke. And this one song in particular in this musical theater production I did, A Little Night Music, you might know of it. This song resonated. And it helped me, it really helped me embrace the letting go. And I like to sing this song for you right now. Me, 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 me. Anyone can whistle, that's what they say, easy. Anyone can whistle any old day, easy. It's all so simple. Relax and let go and let fly. Well, someone tell me why can't I can do a tango. I can read Greek easy. I can slay a dragon any old week easy. What's hard is simple. What's natural comes hard. Maybe you could show me how to let go. Lower my guard. Whew. Me, 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 me. Learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle for me. Ta-da! So there you go. Hi, it's great to be here tonight with all you wonderful people. I am so happy this pandemic. It's a, there's still a slow reopening. We have to be very careful. But I knew things were bad. As soon as I saw Trump, and before we even knew how bad things were going to get. And he's talking about the test kit, how everybody's going to get tested, and how he saw this test kit, and he said, it's a beautiful test kit. When is a test kit beautiful? It has reagents, it has a vial to go up your nose. A sunset is beautiful, a baby is beautiful, a model is beautiful. A test kit that you use to test yourself for a virus that could kill you is not beautiful. The crack of my butt is more beautiful than that test kit. Okay, I don't want to keep going off on this, but I told some of my family members, I said, if you vote for Trump, I swear to God, I will marry a black man, especially after what happened to Floyd. That's right. Well, actually, I have married a black man already. I grew up in an integrated neighborhood. I was around racial tension, but I didn't have the racial problems. I went to an all-black school, a lot of black girlfriends, and I think I was accepted more than a lot of my white girlfriends because I had really kinky, curly, nappy hair, and black girls, they knew what that was like. And I remember being a kid before we had anything to calm down the frizz and the static cling. I remember being at a party. I don't think I was older than 4 years old. I'm sitting there with this big frizzy hair, and the balloons, they started to congregate around my head. So upset. And I could dance. I was a bit of a shaker and a mover, you know what I mean? I had a rhythm, a little bit of a rhythm. And being a comedian definitely got me out of a lot of scraps. If you can make people laugh, you got a little bit of a buddy system going there. So I didn't have any racial issues. My parents never said anything negative. Not one racial slur ever came out of their mouth. So I was about 16 years old, and I remember saying to my mother, I came home from school, I said, I met this really hot guy. He's really cute. He's the same age, or 16 years old. He's tall. He's got green eyes, and he's black. She started crying, sobbing. I said, you're racist? She goes, no, I want you to meet a nice Italian guy. I said, Mom, you're born in Brooklyn. What's with the accent? Like, that's going to encourage me, more to marry an Italian guy. So, it was the times, and I was really close to my mother, so I had to date him behind her back. And of course, I was too young, to think of marriage. But the good news is, the baby came out really beautiful. Really. So, wow, what a run, huh? We're still having to be careful with the pandemic, and again, a shout out and such heartfelt, thank you to the medical workers and even the police officers, not the fucked up ones. My cousin is a policeman, and he was in the front lines helping people, and he got the COVID-19, but he recovered. I'm gonna cry. And he did great. Okay. I know it's comedy. I know it's a comedy show. I understand. Okay, I'm gonna cry. I went to acting school to learn how to cry on cue. You know what I didn't learn? How to stop. What the fuck is this all about, huh? So, my husband and I, we didn't get along. We fought a lot. But when this pandemic happened, it's almost like we pulled it together because we knew we'd kill each other. So he cooked for me. He cleaned. It was like, and I used to hate this guy. I couldn't stand talking to him. I hated his face. I couldn't stand the look of him. But I liked his touch. I mean, when a relationship is over, when your mate, when someone you've been dating just puts their arm around you, you're like, oh, get away from me. I mean, my husband, I liked his touch. So I would just say, and he would sometimes try and, talk to me, like whisper in my ear and stuff. And when I did get a little romantic, he'd go, oh, honey, you like that? I'm like, oh, don't talk. Why are you talking? Everything's going great. Don't talk to me. What are you doing? Poor guy. So things change, and you know how hard it is to live with someone day in and day out, right? I mean, did you ever wake up in the morning with your spouse or your significant other and you're like pissed? It's early in the morning and I'm laying there and I'm playing the tapes in my head. I'm like, what happened the night before that I am so pissed? And I'm thinking to myself, last night, I think, we actually had a romantic dinner. My husband does make an attempt. He lit candles. And I think we even made love. At this point in our marriage, after all these years, when he does touch me, I black out. So I'm like, why am I so angry? And as I'm laying there, I realized why I was so angry. Because he was just lying there, breathing. And it wasn't even like a soft purr, you know what I mean? And especially when you start dating someone, you love everything. Your five senses are on high alert. You like to feel their breath. You like to breathe on them. So when he was breathing on me, it wasn't even like a soft purr. It was like a grunt, like a grunt, snort, snot, like a groundhog. He sounded like a groundhog coming out of the dirt for the first day of spring. I'm like, oh my God, I have a groundhog in my neck. Now, if it was between my legs, I would have been very happy. When I first met my husband, my mom was not happy. Let me just tell you something about my mother. Anybody I dated, if it wasn't perfect, she was crying about him too. Because she thought we moved in together. She goes, oh, you're living in sin. You're living in sin. And I had to calm her down again. I'm like, listen, I respect our tradition. I'm meeting you halfway. I would never live in sin. I would never live in sin. Visiting him in sin. All right, so before we go, I want to sing this song one more time. What is it? All right. And this song really helped me with the letting go. I was able to embrace the letting go, and I'd like to share that song with you now. Me. Anyone can whistle, that's what they say, easy. Anyone can whistle, any old day, easy. It's all so simple, relax, let go, let fly. Well, someone tell me why Can't I can do a tango. I can read Greek easy. I can slay a dragon any old week easy. What's hard is simple. What's natural comes hard. Maybe you could show me how to let go. Lower my guard, learn to be free. Maybe if you whistle for me. I don't know what note that was. All right, so hey. So you ready to rock and roll? So let's see what else before we go. Okay, let's see what else we got to work on here with your face. Let's look. The eyes, the upper lip, teeth. But you're ready to rock and roll, okay? Don't let anything get you down, Jenny. Don't let anything get you down. Especially your family. All right, so shake it out, stretch it out. Oh, that's it. Stretch, 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 stretch. And gotta go home. Oh, we gotta do the workout at home. So let's get our mask on, get ready to go. And thank you, God. In the name of Jesus Christ and all spirits that guide me. Thanks. Oh. Let's go. All right. Let's go face the world.